I am speaking to you directly, and I am not late. I have watched what has tried to coil around your steps like a silent rope, what has hissed behind smiles, what has circled your name with envy and pretended to bless it. You asked me if I see the hidden moves, the little lies, the slow poisons, the way a hand can look gentle while pushing you toward a cliff. I see it all. I know the tunnels in which whispers travel, the dark corners where intentions rehearse themselves, and the masks that have learned to mimic love. I am not mocked by costumes or fooled by borrowed light. I am God, and I am standing over your days with the patience of the ocean and the precision of a surgeon. Hear me. The snake that wrapped itself around your favor has been exposed, and its grip is broken. What tried to bite your hope has swallowed its own venom. What tried to starve your courage will now become food for your strength. Do not panic when the sound of shedding echoes through your life. It is the skin of deception being torn away. Archangel Michael stands at your door, not the door of wood and hinge but the door of your seasons, the threshold where your yesterday hands keys to your tomorrow. He is not arriving, he has arrived. He speaks with the wind that clears the smoke and says with a voice that stirs your bones, "Open this now." Do not stall. Do not negotiate with delay. There are moments that carry the weight of entire years, and this is such a moment. The order is not cruel, it is kind. The command is not loud, it is exact. You have been walking with a weight you thought was part of your body, a pressure you thought was natural, a silence you thought was humility. It was not humility, it was suffocation. I am removing the hands that pressed on your throat while claiming to fix your collar. I am cutting the strings that made you dance to another's fear. I am untying the knot someone hid in your kindness. When the knot loosens you will feel both trembling and relief, and you will call it unfamiliar peace. It will feel like the first deep breath after a house fire. You have asked me for names and faces, for a list of who is for you and who is against you. I give wisdom, not gossip. I give clarity, not revenge. I will not hand you a blade when what you need is a mirror and a door. The mirror to show you how I see you. The door to walk out of rooms that never deserved your voice. If the name, when it rises in your spirit, pierces your chest and makes the air turn heavy, know this: I am not asking you to condemn, I am asking you to reclaim your ground. The hurt will not be the map, my word is the map. You will not build your next chapter on the rubble of accusation, you will build it on the rock of discernment. The snake has been eliminated not because you shouted, but because I ruled. My judgment does not leak, it lands. What I remove completely. What I guard fully. You will not find fangs in your pillow again. You will not find footprints of betrayal by your bed at dawn. The tracks have ended where my fire fell. Listen to me carefully now. There are 3 signs I am placing in your path so you will know this is truly me moving and not your imagination sprinting. First, something that always takes effort will happen easily. It will surprise you how a door that demanded knocking for months opens at a touch. Take the step when it does. Do not wait for applause to confirm what obedience already knows. Second, a conversation you dreaded will soften unexpectedly. Words that used to break will bend. You will feel like a heavy curtain was lifted from the stage of that relationship, and light will show what shadows tried to perform. Third, a piece of information will arrive without you hunting for it, like a note slipped quietly under your door that tells you what you needed to decide. You will know which way to turn because confusion will lose interest in you. Mark these things when they appear, because remembrance is a weapon. Forgetting is how fear rehearses its comeback. Remembering is how faith secures its seat. I have been speaking to you in patterns, delays that became lessons, disappointments that became redirections, closed mouths that spared you from alliances that would have swallowed your prayer life. There was a time you thought the quiet meant abandonment. It did not. The quiet was me removing the echo so you could finally hear my tone. Your spirit is learning the shape of my voice. It is learning that I do not seduce with panic. I do not hurry you into corners. I do not force you to pay with anxiety for what I already purchased with love. You are not expensive to me, you are priceless. The ledger someone held over your head, counting your mistakes like coins, has been burned. The debt is not yours. Bring me your worry, not your performance. Bring me your rawness, not your mask. I will not shame you for what was done to you in the dark. I will not shame you for the yes you regret. I will not shame you for needing me this much. Need is not weakness when it reaches for me, it is worship. Archangel Michael has unsheathed the sword in places you could not enter. He has walked the corridor of conversations where you had no seat and has shattered agreements that tried to borrow your future without permission. He has broken the pen that signed your name to exhaustion. He has escorted out the voice that practiced your downfall in rehearsals of envy. You will sleep differently. Your dreams will not be crowded with pursuit. The footsteps behind you will dissolve. Where paranoia tried to dress as discernment, I will restore your ease. Where overthinking tried to sleep in your bed, I will give you rest that snores fear to silence. When you wake, you will not inventory the room for threats, you will inventory your day for promise. This is how free people breathe. This is how healed people walk into kitchens and remember to sing again over simple breakfasts. This is how your laughter returns without asking the room for permission. There is an assignment on you that explains the warfare you faced. The battle was not proof that you were weak. It was evidence that you were targeted because of what you carry. You have a mouth that can lift rooms, and darkness hates oxygen. You have hands that can mend, and jealousy despises medicine it cannot sell. You have eyes that can find the lonely, and cruelty resents maps that lead to home. You wondered why so many small fires always found your doorstep. It is because your house is a lighthouse and storms test lights. But your light is not a candle flickering in a draft, it is a beam set into the coastline by my own hand. I do not build fragile. I do not assign you to the ocean and forget to bolt you to the rock. I have placed a thunderproof grace in you. You will not rust into cynicism. You will not corrode from bitterness. You will stay bright. Even when the fog marches in like an army, your light will not negotiate its brightness to make the fog comfortable. Now hear me about provision. You worried that the removal of a person would also remove access, opportunity, or resources. You thought if the snake leaves, the path might leave with it. Lies made you think leverage lived in their pocket. It does not. The river of your supply does not flow from anyone's mood. I do not fund you through manipulation, I fund you through covenant. I will open streams in places you never bothered to look because that person told you nothing grows there. They were wrong. I grow gardens in the idea you almost ignored. I grow harvests in the conversation you almost canceled. I grow vineyards in the day you almost called ordinary. Expect new clients, new allies, new strategies that feel like honest work instead of survival theater. Expect simple solutions that do not demand the sacrifice of your peace as a receipt. Expect joy that does not ask you to shrink to fit inside it. Wealth is coming, but not the kind that needs you to become a stranger to yourself. It will be the kind that makes you more yourself, generous, grounded, content, and courageous. I am also speaking to the child in you who still keeps watch by the window at night. I am telling the vigilant version of you that it can rest. The alarms you learn to live with are not my music. I am rewiring your internal house so that celebration can run through the rooms without tripping fear's sensors. When you hear unexpected knocks, you will not see dangers dressed as opportunities, you will see opportunities standing sincerely. I will teach you how to discern without becoming suspicious of everything lovely. Beauty is not bait when I bring it. Peace is not a trap when I author it. Love is not a trick when it bears my signature. I am healing the reflex that flinches at kindness. I am redeeming the instinct that apologized for existing. You will not say sorry for shining anymore. You will not say sorry for boundaries that keep wolves as wolves and sheep as sheep. Boundaries are not walls around your heart, they are doors with locks that keep your heart a home and not a hotel. There is someone who will try once more to play the old melody of control, to hum the tune of past guilt, to test whether your spine has learned its new strength. Do not rehearse the old dance. You owe no encore to manipulation. I am with you in those moments when the air feels thick and the room expects you to shrink. I will place a quiet authority in your posture and a sentence in your mouth that ends the performance gently but finally. You will not need to shout. You will simply not participate. Your absence from the old stage will preach a sermon louder than any argument you could have made. Some doors do not slam, they close softly and lock from the inside. You are allowed to keep that key. You are allowed to keep your peace. You are allowed to keep your pace and not borrow anyone's panic. Archangel Michael says again, open this now. Not just this message, open your hands. Open your schedule to the opportunities one am sending that do not drain you. Open your house to honest laughter. Open your journal to strategies that feel like breath, not battle. Open your eyes to friendships that do not require contortion. Open your spirit to instruction without shame. The urgency is not because I am fragile, it is because you are ready. Delay used to be your disguise because you were afraid of how bright the room would be when you walked in fully. The room is ready for your full wattage. The stage is ready for your full sound. The assignment is ready for your full name. I will talk to you about timing. You felt behind, like life was a train you kept chasing from the platform with your ticket in your hand. There is no lateness in a story I author. You are not behind, you are arriving. You are not late, you are on time to the hour I built for you. I am restoring wasted effort and converting it into wisdom that keeps you from wasting again. I am returning what was eaten by years you spent proving yourself in the wrong theater. This recovery will not be dramatic in a way that makes headlines, it will be steady in a way that makes happiness. You will stop measuring your worth by applause and start measuring your peace by how deeply you sleep and how freely you love. You will grow again, but this time you will not outgrow yourself. You will expand without tearing. You will accelerate without breaking. You will carry more without fearing collapse. This is not bravado, it is blessing. I am also reconciling you with time. Regret will try to book one more appointment. Deny it entry. Regret is not repentance, it is nostalgia dressed as judgment. Repentance turns you toward me and gives you feet. Regret turns you toward the past and steals your shoes. You are not who you were when the wound was fresh. You are not the version of yourself that made the choice you would not make now. Do not punish today for the sins of yesterday's ignorance. You have learned. You have grown. You have cried water that turned into mortar for the palace of your future. You have bled lessons that will keep your children from bleeding the same. You are a garden I refused to abandon when frost came early. Spring has come to your chest. The robin is singing again in your decisions. The dew is on your mornings. Breathe and step. Now let me anchor you with promises that cannot be edited by envy. You will not be destroyed by what you survived. You will not be defined by what you escaped. You will not be delayed by what you forgave. You will not be disqualified by what you admitted. You will not be at the mercy of moods that are not yours. You will not be threatened by exits that make space for entrances. You will not be starved by tables I never asked you to sit at. You will not be stranded where my cloud no longer rests. You will be led by peace and kept by purpose. You will hear my voice in the small turns and the wide roads. You will feel my nearness in the laughter of ordinary afternoons. You will recognize my handwriting in unexpected solutions. You will taste sweetness where bitterness thought it had permanent residency. You will carry light that does not exhaust the lamp that holds it. You will be a witness that healing is not rumor. As for the snake that tried to write endings with borrowed ink, hear me, it is done. It will try to wear new clothes, but its eyes cannot fake compassion. It will try to borrow new words, but its breath still smells like fear. Do not fear the return of what I have removed. What leaves by my decree cannot re-enter by charm. If memories slither up your spine, bring them to me and I will turn them into testimonies that do not trigger you. If places feel haunted by conversations that bruised you, I will repaint those rooms with laughter and use your footsteps to cleanse the floor. The name that once stung will become a lesson without poison. You will speak it like history, not like a wound. You will bless from a distance and move on without needing to be seen moving on. Your dignity will not require an audience. Your healing will not need a headline. Your freedom will prefer the quiet rhythm of trustworthy days. Take this word and seal it with action. Throw away what reminds you to doubt. Keep what reminds you to hope. Call who you are meant to walk with. Release who needs a different road. Write the plan that has waited too long. Practice the skill that keeps knocking. Rest the body that has carried too much. Eat food that respects your future. Wear clothing that fits the life you are growing into. Step outside and let the sky measure your capacity, not the ceiling of old rooms. Smile without asking permission. Cry when you need to and do not apologize. Worship not because you are trying to earn anything, but because love is your native language and gratitude is the river that keeps it speaking. I am God and I am not far. I am closer than your next breath and stronger than your last fear. I am rewriting footnotes you thought would always explain you away. I am giving you a chapter that does not require you to defend it. I am filling your house with a fragrance that will make anxiety uncomfortable. I am anointing your feet to walk past traps as if they were scattered leaves. I am teaching your heart to trust the smile of sunrise again. I am giving you back your name without the fingerprints of those who tried to smudge it. I am holding your future in a hand that does not tremble. I am the God who begins and finishes, and I am finishing the ending that tried to finish you. Archangel Michael says, once more with a steadiness that feels like a shield, open this now. Open your day to what I have decreed. Open your mouth to bless what I am building. Open your gate to the companions I am sending. Open your hands to receive without bargaining with unworthiness. Open your eyes to a landscape that stretches farther than fear told you it could. The order is not to frighten you, it is to free you. The urgency is not about panic, it is about precision, because your appointed moment has touched your door, and I will not let it pass by. Walk forward. Do not look back to confirm that the snake is gone. Trust the sound of my steps beside you and the quiet of a future that has finally exhaled. You are kept. You are guarded. You are guided. Go now in the confidence of one whose life has been reclaimed by love that does not lose. Open this and do not delay, because I am speaking to you now. I have watched the weight on your chest, the ache you hide behind your quiet strength, and I have chosen this moment to breathe over your life. I am the Lord who sees, and I am not late. You have stood in a storm that tried to rename you, to call you failure, to call you unworthy, to call you trapped. Hear me, those names do not belong to you. The only name that rests on you is the one I give, beloved, chosen, kept. Archangel Michael says, I order you to open this urgently. Do not argue with your own rescue. Do not postpone the sound of your deliverance. There are messengers on assignment, and their steps are already at your door. Every minute you tried to hold yourself together, I held you. Every tear that slid into your pillow, I counted. Not one was wasted, and not one will be forgotten when the harvest appears. I am turning the page while your hands still tremble, and I am writing my promise where fear thought it could write your end. A snake slithered close to your life, pretending to be a whisper of care and a blanket of comfort. It made itself familiar, spoke with smoothness, and learned your patterns so it could poison what you loved. That snake is eliminated from your life. I have cut its path. I have bent the road away from your address. The venom it tried to plant will wither, and the tracks it left will be swept away. What once came in like a flattering word will now dissolve like mist in the heat of my truth. You thought the signs were too subtle, the unease too faint, the missteps too small to mean anything. But I am the Lord of the small signs, sparks that warn of fires, hairline cracks that predict collapse. I warned you gently, then repeatedly, then loudly. Now I move decisively. Today, the hidden plots lose cover. Today, the secret messages trip over their own feet. Today, the trap breaks with a sound you will hear in your spirit. The name that once bruised your heart, the name that sharpened itself upon your kindness, the name that gained power by your silence will no longer have authority over your emotions. The name will hurt you no more. I am shutting the door that you could not close by yourself. The syllables that used to ignite panic will now lie powerless on the floor of the past. I am removing the hooks those letters had in your memory. When they are spoken, they will pass through you like wind through an open field. You will feel the breeze and not the bruise. Archangel Michael stands beside you, sword unsheathed. He is not here to negotiate with darkness, He is here to establish the boundary I have drawn. This is the line the enemy may not cross: your peace, your mind, your purpose, your next season. Michael says, the order has been signed. The eviction is in motion. The serpent is gone. Listen carefully, this is not just an escape, it is an exchange. Where fear lived, courage will take residence. Where confusion sat, clarity will sit taller. Where exhaustion sprawled, strength will rise early and put on its shoes. You worried you had wasted time, opportunity, words. You wondered if the years lost to manipulation and mixed signals could ever be redeemed. I am the restorer of years. I can fashion a garden in the footprint of a fire. I can build a future with the timber of a collapsed yesterday. I will not merely return you to where you were, I will move you into where you were always meant to go. My blessing is not a patch, it is a new garment. You will not live your tomorrow wearing the smoke of what tried to consume you. Do not skip this. Do not dismiss the nudge that is rising in your chest even now. This is me, steadying your hands for the new tools I am giving you. You will speak differently. You will choose differently. You will breathe differently. The air itself will feel lighter because I am changing what the air carries to you. The unseen currents that once blew against you will now push you forward. Your steps will find the path I already cleared at dawn. I took note of your kindness that was misunderstood. I saw the favors that were counted as debts against you. I saw the thank yous kept quiet while the accusations spoke loudly. I am moving you out from under verdicts that were never mine. No more shall you be the scapegoat of someone else's unrest. No more shall your honesty be treated as a weakness. I pour honor into the places that dishonored you, and I call witnesses that will testify of what I planted in you from the beginning. There is a door in front of you that fear tried to repaint as a wall. Come closer. Touch it. It is not a wall. It yields to the faithful hand. I have crafted this door to fit no other key but the one I placed within your trust. That key is obedience, small acts, daily acts, quiet acts, the kind that look like ordinary courage. Turn the key. When the hinges sing, let them sing. Walk through, and do not keep turning around to apologize for moving forward. When you doubt again, as all hearts do, remember the day I split the sea for people who could only feel the spray of their own panic. They walked through waters held by my hand, not their confidence. So will you. When the voice of the old season whispers, "Return," answer it with what I say now: "Behold, I make all things new." Speak it into your morning. Speak it to your mirror. Speak it until your bones agree. You will not need revenge, I am your justice. You will not need to force apologies, I am your vindication. You will not need to rehearse your wounds, I am your healer. I am elevating you without the ladder of bitterness. I am shining you without the polish of pride. I am promoting you without the audience you thought you needed to validate the step. Your validation will be my presence and the fruit that follows obedience. I am sharpening your discernment. You will feel in 5 seconds what used to take you 5 months to figure out. You will sense the angle of a voice, the shadow behind a smile, the weight behind a promise. Not to make you suspicious, but to make you safe. Wisdom is not cynicism, it is clarity wrapped in peace. Peace will be your umpire, and when it says, no, listen. When it says, wait, trust. When it says, go, do not ask permission from the fear that no longer owns a chair at your table. I am sharpening your discernment. You will feel in 5 seconds what used to take you 5 months to figure out. You will sense the angle of a voice, the shadow behind a smile, the weight behind a promise. Not to make you suspicious, but to make you safe. Wisdom is not cynicism, it is clarity wrapped in peace. Peace will be your umpire, and when it says, no, listen. When it says, wait, trust. When it says, go, do not ask permission from the fear that no longer owns a chair at your table. I saw the moments when you tried to explain what was happening but the sentences tangled in your throat. You were not crazy, you were early. You were hearing the fracture lines before anyone else felt the quake. You were seeing the thinness of the mask before the party ended. That sensitivity was not a curse, it was a gift forged in my presence. I am refining it now, removing the static, turning the dial until the signal is clear. Expect this, sudden knowings that arrive like a soft bell, sudden cautions that feel like a hand on your shoulder, sudden joys that bloom like a garden after rain. These are the marks of your new season. The people I am sending will not compete with your peace. They will not feed on your uncertainty. They will not ask you to shrink so that they can feel larger. They will speak life to your calling and treat your boundaries as holy ground. You will recognize them by how rested your soul feels after they leave. Some will come briefly, to help build and move on. Some will dwell, to hold up your arms in the long work that matters. All will be appointed, and none will be disguised serpents in borrowed kindness. As for the opportunities that seem too big, do not self-sabotage because the room looks larger than your previous room. I am enlarging your capacity. Prepare like a person who belongs. Speak like a person who carries light. Work like a person who hopes in me, not in applause. The doors I open require humility, not theatrics, consistency, not spectacle. You have nothing to prove, only something to steward. The night seasons will begin to change. The dreams that once replayed old injuries will quiet, and I will speak in parables of your future. I will whisper assignments that fit the shape of your gift. Keep a pen near. Write the lines you hear in the early hours. Some instructions will be small: call this person, forgive that debt, clean this corner, finish that page. Some will stretch you: apply here, pitch there, step onto this platform, learn this new thing. You will not be alone in any of it. My hand will steady yours as you turn each page. You will notice provision arriving in layers, not just in lumps. Daily bread and also baskets left over. Unexpected refunds. Delays overturned. A yes that finds you after a long season of maybes. Resources showing up in the shape of people, ideas, and open calendars. Give thanks quickly. Give generously. Give quietly. In the old season, scarcity taught you to clutch. In the new season, trust will teach you to release. You will not run out. You will run over. There is a habit I am asking you to lay down, the habit of narrating your life as if the darkness has the last word. Change the narration. Begin to say what I say. Say, I am protected. Say, I am provided for. Say, I am guided. Say, I am loved. Say it when the room is silent. Say it when the road is crowded. Say it when your hands are washing dishes. Say it until the atmosphere around you remembers who is Lord in this house. Your words are not empty air, they are seeds. Speak what I can water. Return to the practices that keep you aligned, the quiet morning, the honest prayer, the uncluttered yes, the disciplined no, the walk that lets your soul breathe, the pages that remind you of truth. None of these are small. They are the thin threads that, woven together daily, make the untearable rope I place in your hands. Grip that rope when the wind rises. It will not break. Neither will you. I saw where shame tried to graft itself onto your story, making every memory of joy feel complicated. Shame is not your portion. I pull it up by the roots and throw it into the fire. I clothe you in dignity that does not need an audience to shine. You will laugh again without checking the door. You will dance again without watching the window. You will rest with both eyes closed, because I, the Lord, neither slumber nor sleep. As for the one who pretended loyalty while mapping your vulnerabilities, do not be surprised when your distance exposes their motives. You do not need a dramatic ending, you need a healthy boundary. Let me be the one who writes the epilogue to that chapter. Release the need to be understood there. You are shifting to conversations that can hold your weight. Forgiveness will be your hidden weapon. Not the kind that forgets wisdom, but the kind that refuses the chain. Forgive so that your hands are free to build. Forgive so that your heart is free to feel joy without a filter. Forgive so that the enemy finds no tether to drag you back. This is how you travel light into rooms I've prepared. I am also addressing the subtle lies you believed about me, that I was withholding good on purpose, that my silence was abandonment, that my patience was neglect. Those were shadows thrown by disappointment, not truth. I am for you, and not in a distant, theoretical way. I am for you in the way a shepherd knows his sheep by name. I am for you in the way a father runs to meet a child who thought the story was over. I am for you in the way a builder measures twice and lays each stone with care. I am for you in the way a healer places a gentle hand and the pain obeys. You asked me if you are behind. You are not behind. You are being rerouted around a collapsed bridge, and the path you are on will get you there whole. You asked me if you will ever feel like yourself again. You will feel even more yourself, because the parts borrowed from others' expectations are being returned. You asked me if joy is safe. It is safe in me. I am not giving you a fragile happiness that shatters at the first rumor of trouble. I am giving you joy that can sit in a hospital room and still glow, joy that can stand at a closed door and still sing, joy that can wait and yet feel full. Do not try to skip this. The obedience I ask of you today will look like this: delete the conversations that keep reopening your wound, remove your chair from tables where your soul pays the bill. Stop asking advice from voices that profit when you stay small. Replace late-night spirals with early gratitude. Pick up the task you have avoided. Send the message you need to send. Close the chapter that refuses to bless you. Small, clear steps. I am in them. Your family line will feel this shift. Where chaos repeated itself through generations, I am cutting a new groove. Patterns that ran like rivers, anger, secrecy, poverty of spirit, meet a dam today. From this point, a different stream flows, peace that doesn't shout to be heard, truth that doesn't need costumes, abundance that expresses itself as enough and more than enough. Children who haven't yet been born will inherit this calm because you chose obedience in a trembling moment. Archangel Michael says, the embargo over your momentum is lifted. You will notice that tasks finish faster. You will notice that the right help is easier to find. You will notice that you are recalled to rooms where your name was previously ignored. Do not be startled by favor. Wear it with humility. Let it redirect the light to me. Celebrate quietly, work faithfully, and share generously. The snake is gone. The net is cut. The door is open. The morning is here. Take 3 breaths with me now. With the first, release what was never yours to carry. With the second, receive the calm that rides on my promises. With the third, step forward. One pace is enough, then another, then another. I walk with you. I go before you. I am your rear guard. You will hear news soon that confirms what I am saying. It may be a confession that tumbles out unexpectedly, a message that clarifies what you sensed, a shift in logistics that makes your exit simple, an approval you thought would take weeks. When it arrives, do not gloat. Give thanks. When relief washes you, do not forget the lessons. Carry them softly, like a map folded in a pocket, available when you need direction, unnecessary when the landscape is clear. I am placing in your hands a blessing that fits the shape of your calling. Not a spectacle, but a steady flame. It will warm your house and light your street. It will not burn out when applause fades, it will feed itself on faithfulness and gratitude. Protect it with wise boundaries. Fuel it with rest. Share its warmth with those I send, and do not apologize for the heat that keeps serpents away. If fear rises tonight, say my name. If panic rattles your chest, put your hand over your heart and say, "Peace, be still." If old memories knock at the door, answer with silence and let them find no seat. If loneliness tries to lie to you, answer it with presence, mine, which never leaves, and yours, which will learn to befriend itself. Remember, you are not an afterthought, you are a carefully timed release. This is the hour I choose to change your story's atmosphere. You will feel me in the shift of little things, the timing of a bus, the kindness of a stranger, the clarity in a sentence you read, the way a room suddenly feels like it breathes again. Do not dismiss the small. The kingdom always starts like a seed. Water it with trust. Guard it with truth. Watch it rise. Do not try to skip this. Keep your eyes open for the surprise wrapped as responsibility. A task will appear that looks ordinary but opens a path. Take it. A conversation will feel inconvenient but becomes a bridge. Cross it. An apology will taste like humility but will unclog a well. Speak it. These are not distractions, they are designs. I have loved you through every version of you. I love you now. I love the you that is learning to let go without letting bitterness take root. I love the you that is recovering your laughter. I love the you that shakes but still says yes. I love the you that will stand in a place called after and bless the road called through. Rest now in this certainty, you are covered. The snake is eliminated. The name that hurt you is powerless. Your future is unfolding in my hands, steady and secure. Take courage. Walk forward. And when your heart asks again, "Is this real?" listen for the answer I am already singing over you, yes, beloved. Yes.